What if your pocket change held coins worth over $100,000? Today, we reveal the top 4 ultra-rare U.S. coins: the Washington Quarter, Anthony Dollar, Sacagawea Dollar, and Kennedy Half Dollar. These everyday coins hide jaw-dropping value, hundreds to hundreds of thousands. Don't miss your chance to uncover hidden treasure. Section 1, the 1979 Washington Quarter, a brief overview. In 1979, the U.S. Mint produced over 1 billion quarters across 3 mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The standard design featured George Washington's portrait on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. However, among these millions of coins, a select few possess unique characteristics that make them highly sought after by collectors. Section 2, the most valuable 1979 quarters. While most 1979 quarters are worth their face value, certain varieties and errors can command impressive sums. Let's explore the top contenders. 1979 D Washington Quarter, Denver Mint. Struck at the Denver Mint, these quarters are notable for their D mint mark. In average circulated condition, they're worth around 25 cents. However, in uncirculated grades, especially MS 67, their value can skyrocket to over $1,000. The rarity of high-grade examples makes them a prized possession for collectors. 1979 S-Proof Type 2 Quarter, San Francisco Mint. Proof coins are specially struck for collectors, and the 1979 S-Proof Type 2 is particularly rare. With a mintage of just over 1.2 million, this coin features a clear S mint mark. In pristine condition, it can fetch upwards of $450, making it a valuable addition to any collection. 1979 P Washington Quarter, Philadelphia Mint. Produced without a mint mark, the 1979 P quarters are the most common. However, in exceptional grades like MS 68, they can be worth over $1,400. The key to their value lies in their pristine condition, which is hard to find due to heavy circulation. Section 3, Rare Errors and Varieties. Beyond standard issues, certain error coins from 1979 have become legendary among collectors. Double die obverse, DDO, error. This error occurs when the die is struck multiple times, causing a doubling effect on the coin's design. The 1979 DDO is particularly rare, with only a few authenticated examples. One such coin sold for an astounding $12,000 at auction, highlighting the immense value of this error. Filled D mint mark error. A filled D mint mark happens when the mint mark is partially clogged with debris, resulting in a distorted D. These coins are relatively scarce and can be worth around $150, depending on their condition. Triple D mint mark error. In this error, the D mint mark appears 3 times due to multiple strikes. These coins are highly collectible, with some examples valued at approximately $175. Section 4, How to Identify Valuable 1979 Quarters. Now that you're aware of the valuable varieties and errors, how can you identify them? Examine the mint mark. Check the reverse side of the coin for the mint mark. A D indicates it was struck in Denver, while an S denotes San Francisco. No mint mark means it was produced in Philadelphia. Assess the coin's condition. The grade of a coin significantly impacts its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better condition. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the coin for wear, scratches, and other imperfections. Look for errors. Examine the coin closely for any doubling, misaligned strikes, or unusual mint marks. These errors can greatly enhance a coin's value. Section 5, Where to Buy and Sell Rare 1979 Quarters. If you're looking to add rare 1979 quarters to your collection or sell one you own, consider the following platforms. eBay. A global marketplace where collectors buy and sell coins. Always check the seller's ratings and reviews before making a purchase. Heritage Auctions. A leading auction house specializing in rare coins. They offer professional appraisals and auctions for high-value items. Local coin shops. Visiting a local coin shop can provide hands-on experience and the opportunity to consult with experts. Part 1, Background, the birth of the SBA dollar. In 1979, the U.S. Mint released the Susan B. Anthony dollar to honor the iconic women's rights activist. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real woman rather than a symbolic figure like Liberty. The design included her portrait on the obverse and an eagle landing on the moon on the reverse, a nod to the Apollo 11 mission. But despite its historic significance, the coin was widely rejected by the public. Why? It was too similar in size and color to a quarter, causing confusion and frustration. Production continued in small batches through the early 1980s and again briefly in 1999, but the 1979 coins are where the rarest versions can be found. Part 2, the rare 1979 P wide rim, near date, variety. Most 1979 P Susan B. Anthony dollars have a narrow rim, where the date appears far from the edge of the coin. But there's a rare variety called the wide rim or near date, where the date is much closer to the rim. This wasn't supposed to happen. It was the result of an early die variety used briefly before the mint corrected it. As a result, only a limited number of these wide rim coins were struck. And here's the exciting part: if you find one in high-grade condition, MS 67 or better, it could be worth up to $15,000 or more at auction. Part 3, how to spot the $15,000 coin. Look closely at the spacing between the rim and the date on the obverse, front. If the one in 1979 is nearly touching the rim, you've got the rare wide rim / near date variety. Compare it to a regular 1979 P with more space between the rim and the date. The difference is clear once you know what to look for. For added accuracy, get it authenticated by a third-party grading service like PCGS or NGC. A coin professionally graded MS 67 or above can bring in 4 to 5 figures easily. Conclusion: inspire action. So, before you toss that Susan B. Anthony dollar aside or spend it on a soda, take a second look. That coin could be worth thousands. And if it's the rare 1979 P wide rim variety, you might be holding a jackpot in your hand. Part 1, the birth of the Sacagawea Dollar. In 2000, the U.S. Mint introduced the Sacagawea Dollar, a golden-colored coin featuring Sacagawea, the Shoshone woman who guided Lewis and Clark, carrying her infant son, Jean-Baptiste. The reverse design showed a soaring eagle, and the coin was meant to replace the unpopular Susan B. Anthony dollar. The Denver Mint struck millions of these coins. But what no one expected is that a few of them, just a handful, would become the stuff of legend. Part 2, the rare 2000 D Sacagawea / state quarter mule error. Among all the 2000 D Sacagawea dollars, there's one type that's unlike anything the Mint ever intended, the 2000 D Sacagawea Dollar / state quarter mule. This was the result of a freak error. The obverse die from a Washington state quarter was accidentally paired with the reverse die of the Sacagawea dollar. The result? A one-of-a-kind hybrid, George Washington on the front, Sacagawea's eagle on the back. This wasn't a gimmick. It was a true U.S. Mint error, officially authenticated and verified. And it's incredibly rare, only around 20 known examples exist in the world. Part 3, the value, a modern coin worth over $100,000. Because of its extreme rarity and the official U.S. Mint origin, the 2000 D mule error has become one of the most valuable modern coins ever struck. In 2021, one example sold for a jaw-dropping $144,000 at auction. Another sold for $75,000 years earlier. These coins are so prized that even damaged examples fetch tens of thousands of dollars. Collectors and dealers all over the world are hunting for more, so just imagine finding one in a roll of dollar coins, or in your old collection. Part 4, how to check your coin. Here's how to check. If your Sacagawea dollar has George Washington's portrait on the obverse instead of Sacagawea, but still has the eagle reverse, you may be holding a six-figure treasure. These mule coins were struck at the Denver Mint, so look for a D mint mark. And if you even think you might have one, do not clean it. Get it authenticated immediately by PCGS or NGC. Part 1, the history of the Kennedy Half Dollar. The Kennedy Half Dollar was introduced in 1964, just months after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. Americans embraced the coin not just as currency, but as a symbol of honor and remembrance. By the year 2000, however, half dollars were rarely used in circulation. The U.S. Mint continued producing them, mostly for collectors. That year, over 42 million half dollars were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, each marked with the P mint mark. While most of them are worth face value today, a few rare and shocking varieties are worth hundreds to tens of thousands of dollars. Part 2. What makes the 2000p rare and valuable? Most 2000p Kennedy Half Dollars are common. But some rare varieties and errors from that year have stunned collectors. High-grade business strikes. If your 2000p Kennedy Half Dollar is in mint state condition, especially MS68 or higher, it could be worth over $1,000. PCGS has graded only a handful this high, making them extremely desirable to collectors chasing top population coins. Proof-like finish errors. Some 2000p half dollars were accidentally struck with unusually sharp detail and mirror-like surfaces, similar to proof coins. These proof-like business strikes are extremely rare and can command thousands at auction. Double die obverse, DDO. Although not officially confirmed in massive numbers, collectors have reported examples of doubling on the date and lettering. If verified and graded, a strong DDO from 2000 could be worth hundreds to thousands. Off-center or broad strike errors. Mint errors such as off-center strikes or broad strikes from 2000 are extremely collectible. Depending on the severity and condition, they've sold for $500 to $2,000 or more. Part 3. How to spot a valuable 2000p half dollar. Check your 2000 Kennedy half for these key features. Mint mark, look for the P under Kennedy's neck. Condition. Coins with no scratches, wear, or bag marks, especially from mint sets, are worth more. Striking quality. If your coin looks mirror-like or has sharp details, it could be a hidden gem. Errors. Look for doubled letters, missing elements, or off-center strikes. Pro tip. Use a magnifier and compare your coin with official reference images, or get it graded by PCGS or NGC.